Welcome to the EmpowerHer Entrepreneur podcast with Janis Boudreau, the ultimate destination for fearless women business owners ready to conquer their next level of success. Get ready to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit as we dive deep into all things related to building your empire, setting ambitious goals, and scaling your business to new heights. This podcast is your go-to resource for empowerment and encouragement. Tune in every week as we inspire, motivate, and empower you to embrace your full potential as a woman entrepreneur. Welcome back to EmpowerHer Entrepreneur, the podcast that is empowering foot care nurses to grow thriving, independent businesses built on confidence, compassion, and of course, community. So I'm your host, Janis Boudreau, and today we are talking in our series about something that lies at the heart of every successful practice, and that's client loyalty. Because client loyalty isn't luck. It's built through education, trust, and community presence. When clients feel informed, valued, and connected to your mission, they don't just come back. They become advocates for your business. So in today's episode, we'll explore how to educate, to empower, and how to host community events that build credibility, and how to create lasting relationships that sustain your practice. Let's dive right in, ladies. Educate to empower. So let's start with the foundation of client loyalty, education. Education turns a simple appointment into a relationship of trust. It transforms your role from a service provider to a partner in health. And in foot care, that's powerful because prevention and understanding are absolutely everything. So turn every visit into a mini lesson. Every appointment is an opportunity to teach, even in small ways. While you're trimming nails or assessing skin integrity, explain what you're doing and why. Like for example, I'm checking the spaces between your toes because that's where moisture can build up and cause fungal infections. When clients understand the why behind your care, they value your expertise even more deeply. And they start to see your service not as an expense, but as an investment in their health. You could provide take-home resources. Reinforce what you've taught with simple take-home materials. These don't have to be fancy. A one-page sheet on foot hygiene tips or choosing proper footwear goes a really long way. You can also email follow-up resources like diabetic foot care checklists, foot health newsletters, seasonal reminders like winter moisturizing tips or summer sandal safety. These materials position you as an expert and keep you top of their mind between those visits. And encourage preventative care. Many clients are only booking their appointments when there's a problem, of course. But as professionals, we know preventative care saves pain, money, and time in the long run. So normalize follow-up scheduling. Let's get your next visit booked now, Mary. That way we can stay ahead of any issues. Did you know in our offices we use something called reoccurring appointments? For home and facility visits, we do reoccurrings every 5 weeks. I know you've heard people do 6 to 8. We don't. We do 5 because we have found that through over a decade, by the time they're hitting their 6th visit, we just got so many calls to the office. You're coming, right? It's time, right? It's so funny that when we moved it to the 5-week mark, we were actually getting there just before that 6th week where their nails started to bother them. And also, if a client had to miss an appointment, if they had to go to the 10-week, it wasn't such a long haul for them, especially like when we're visiting a facility and we might only be there twice a month. I'm kind of getting off track. I know we're talking about encouraging preventative care, but these are the things that we do to keep them, and so we're caring about them. We're keeping them on consistent care. We should encourage clients to think of you like their dentist or a family physician, someone they see regularly to maintain health and not just fix problems. When you educate with empathy, clients don't just leave with better feet. They leave with trust. So here's another part, hosting community events. I go back and forth about this, about only a couple items, but now let's talk about one of the most effective and fulfilling ways to build both loyalty and visibility, and that's community events. Because foot care is local. Your ideal clients are right in your neighborhood, and you just need to show up where they are. Let's look at a few examples of how you can make that happen. First, free Foot Health Week screenings. Once or twice a year, host a free or low-cost Foot Health Week. You could offer 10-minute mini assessments or consultations for new clients. These events create awareness and help people experience your expertise firsthand, often leading to full appointments later. You can hold these in your clinic, a local pharmacy, or a community center. And a pro tip here, partner with another professional like a diabetic educator to offer holistic care and even attract a wider audience. Number 2, this is where I'm going to is workshops in senior centers and like health fairs. So senior centers and community organizations are always looking for qualified professionals to provide educational talks. And I'm great with that. This part I absolutely love. You could offer short sessions like foot care for better balance and mobility, or maybe how to prevent diabetic foot complications, or how about choosing the right shoes for the healthy feet. You could bring visuals, simple handouts, and even a demo if appropriate. Keep it conversational. Your goal, remember, is to educate and not to sell. And when people learn something useful from you, they automatically see you as a trusted authority. Now I'm just going to touch on the part that, well, you know what? I've been in business a long time. And, 15 years later, I can tell you I have extra staff, I have assistants, I have office staff. So we absolutely attend the fairs. We do them at long-term care, retirement homes. We do them for presents. And again, I have extra staff. But I will be honest, unless I'm sitting at a booth, maybe at a workplace selling compressions and some products, I don't find those the biggest, bang for my time, energy. I remember even going, I can name so many fairs, even like in the past. I remember going to a Legion, and I'd be lucky if I'd get one client. And I mean, we had a super booth and everything. Sometimes you get a couple of them, but for the amount of cost for the booth, again, I'm a much larger corporation now, so we do those just out of being present. But if you're doing them to build, I found that really didn't. What did help is exactly going in somewhere and educating, much different feel to it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. So 3, you could partner even with like a physiotherapist, or how about a shoe store? Collaboration multiplies impact. Team up with physiotherapists, orthotic clinics, or shoe stores to host events together. For example, I got a good one here. Step like into comfort, workshop on foot health and mobility. I just came up with that. They promote it to your clients and you promote it to yours. Then both audiences are expand. Plus, it's going to strengthen your referral network, creating long-term professional relationships that keep new clients coming your way. The benefits of community presence. Let's sum up what these events are going to do for your business. They're going to build credibility. You're seen as a knowledgeable expert who genuinely cares. Generate referrals. Attendees often tell their friends and family about your services. And enhance brand awareness. Your name becomes recognizable and trusted in your local area. Remember, community presence isn't about advertising. It's about connection. It's about being visible, valuable, and approachable. So ask yourself, how can I show up more in my community this season? Maybe it's a small educational session. Maybe it's supporting a local event. Start small, but start somewhere. Because the more your community sees you as a partner in wellness, the more loyal your clients will be. At Advanced Foot Care Nurse and Wellness Center, we do a sponsored event. We are going to be heading into our 3rd year doing it as proudly the Golden Egg sponsor. Can you imagine that 1,000 lucky families attend a Easter egg hunt event. Easter bunnies there. There's tons of booths and activities for the kids. And of course, my branded bag gets handed out to over 1,000 families. It is through social media, it's marketing, it's in the news. It is one of the biggest and best events, and we collaborate. It's actually the event of a friend of mine and a local real estate agent, but she always needs sponsors, and we make sure to grab that golden egg sponsor. So that's something we have wrapped ourselves around. You could do a Christmas tree lighting. Check with your local BIA. See if there's like a street event that you could sponsor. And oh my gosh, that's right. We sponsored a balloon making clown one year. There are so many things that you could think of outside of the box. Building long-term relationships, that's the third part we're going to talk about. And how to nurture those relationships over time. Loyal clients don't just come back because of great service. They are coming back because they feel seen, remembered, and valued. And here are a few simple ways to make that happen. First, follow-up protocols. After an appointment, send a quick check-in email or text. Most of our systems, we have it. We use Clinico, but Company On, there's tons of them out there. We actually have an automation, not only to give reminders, but to do check-ins. So it can be simple as, hi, Mr. Brown, I hope your feet are feeling great after your visit. Let me know if you have any concerns. And thank you for trusting me with your care. You know what? That small touch point reinforces professionalism and care. Another thing, celebrate your clients. Create moments of appreciation. Perhaps you could send a birthday card or a foot-iversary note celebrating the anniversary of their first visit. Include a short message or a small incentive like 10% off a in-house product. We cannot discount medical nursing foot care, but products are something completely different. People remember kindness, and you know what? They talk about it. You know what? Stay connected through communication. Keep your community engaged year-round with a monthly newsletter or a private Facebook group. Share foot health tips, product recommendation, and event updates. You can even highlight client stories with permission. Make sure we have an agreement that they sign to show real results. Regular communication reminds clients that you're still here, still helping, and still invested in their well-being. And over time, these small, thoughtful actions are going to create very deep loyalty. Not because you're selling a service, because you're building relationships with them. Here's the truth. Loyal clients aren't just repeat customers. They're advocates for your mission. They're the ones who tell their friends, leave glowing reviews, and come back year after year because they trust you. And that trust is built through education, consistency, and community connection. Foot care nurses, you're going to keep educating, you're going to keep showing up, keep empowering. Because when your clients grow stronger through your care, so does your business. Thank you for joining me on this episode and being part of the EmpowerHer Entrepreneur journey. If this series inspired you, make sure to share it with another nurse entrepreneur who's ready to take her next step in business growth. And to everybody, have a great week in health, wealth, and happiness.